The Fast Food Podcast.
This is a fast food podcast.
Is there anything wrong with it?
Season 4, episode 1. I'm having a blast. Catching up with the man them. Listen, we got to get through this thing. Trim said, yo, age of consent is in the UK 16. As a parent, what age do you allow your son or daughter to have a boyfriend or girlfriend? And I was like, all right, Trim, with those kind of... That's a good question, really good ass question. I said, let's put it out there. Let's see what people think, people feel.
It got some good engagement, I believe.
It got some good engagement. So I kind of want you to kind of set the tone with this. We got a good subject in terms of the feedback we got. Yeah. I'll read out some, but I really want you to kind of take the reins with this situation, bruv. As I said, the age of consent is in the UK 16. As a parent, what age do you allow your son or daughter to have a boyfriend or girlfriend? And do you allow them to sleep over? If you want me to kick off the thing, let me kick off the thing.
Yeah, go on. I'm just going to go to my notes.
At the moment, my son is 6.
Yeah.
So, no. He can't have anybody come over. I do know at some point, because he's a Gargan and he's light-skinned, and he will be...
What Gargan and a light skin?
He will be fetishized.
What does
because
that mean?
He's one of those... He will be fetishized because he's mixed-raced. And there's a fetish for that. Yeah. There's girls that like just mixed race. What is that? Girls that just like mixed race guys as well. There's going to be girls at my son's door asking, is Shia coming out? And I'm going to say to him, girl, you need to tell your mum to, listen,
relax.
It ain't going to happen. It's not, there's no levels, there's levels to this thing.
Trying to give man rice and peas and flipping steak and kidney
if
pie.
I was you, I would go do your homework before you asking me about where Shia is and whatnot.
Is that what you're really going to say?
Shia is going to be educated, and then when he's about 22, he can date women.
Hypocritical, innit?
I don't even care what he says, because I genuinely think, I respect to you as a father, and that's awesome. But I think that Shia, because of his intelligence, his intellect, is gonna
have baby mums.
No, not baby mums.
See, could you be an uncle and actually just bring them up the right way with me, bro? Like, I'm
gonna be there. But what's the problem that we have is because of his attributes and because of how he's gonna be slinging and how charismatic. Shut up a minute. Because of how charismatic he is. Girls are going to be naturally drawn to him. It's going to be not fetishized, but magnetized.
I'm allowed to say this, but
you just got to let me finish talking sometimes.
Treble might have to just, we'll edit it. Shia's got a...
I don't, oh no, okay. So, we can't, that's not something you should really be talking about right now. You shouldn't be talking about your...
Massive drizzy.
Whoa. Hey, it's an A and B conversation.
That's me.
Don't bring the D pause into it. That's you, like.
Man's talking about
there's a clear difference between raising daughters and sons.
Why?
Because you treat them differently. Bro.
Why?
Because one's your daughter, one's your son.
Why?
But because you don't want your daughter going out and getting whacked, but you will tell your son to go out and walk.
But I thought you said he was going to get educated. And he's doing this and 22 and rare. So are you waiting for your daughter to be 42?
I haven't got a daughter.
No, when you do.
Bruv, don't push daughters on me.
Bruv, I'm pushing. I don't care.
Don't push it.
At the end of the day, bruv, like, no disrespect to dads, but I think having a daughter really humbles you, really can. Well, because some dads don't embrace it well.
I feel you.
Some dads don't embrace it well, but for me and my experience with my experience of having a daughter who I love dearly, we've had some ups and downs. We've had some, you know what I mean, roundabouts and all of that, and it's been crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, boy, I don't even know what to say when we because we clash as well. We're so similar,
right?
And shouts out to Riz.
She looks like you.
Badly, innit?
She's a bit, but that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But, right. So let's get to the fabric of this situation. You see how I just talk? The way I talk is just greasy. Let's get to the fabric of the situation. You have a daughter and you have a son.
Yes, I do.
Right. There is a clear difference, not intentionally how you treat them, but there's a clear difference about what you want from the both of them because of their gender.
No.
So, for example, you ain't gonna.
You can't tell me.
Okay.
You can't tell me.
Okay.
The agenda was the same. The agenda was the same. The circumstances are different.
All right. So the dating, when they dated, was different agendas or the same agenda.
It was. I wasn't really aware of Rihanna's dating activity.
Okay, let me pose questions so
as
I can.
Opposed to,
let me pose
and
questions.
I didn't really know Kairos as well. He just.
Let me pose questions. Son and your daughter.
Yeah.
They come to you. They say, "Daddy,
Yeah.
can this particular person come and stay over?" First of all, I know you're gonna ask who the person is.
Yes.
Second of all, at what age do you give them the consent to even be in that situation or have that person over?
I say just don't ask me. How's that? I say don't. If I'm being asked that question, don't ask me that. Unfortunately for me, I didn't grow up in the same household as my children.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So just on a real one, and I do regret that. That's a feeling.
Okay.
that
Okay. We're unpacking.
I'm here too. I keep
it honest. Yeah. We're unpacking. Bro, I
100% honest.
I like this new trip, bro. I tell you, bro. I swear, bro.
After before I was long,
Drizzy, do not, bro. If I see you
might
start being
spoil it.
disrespectful, I'm me and you. Let the Bria open up.
I'm cool with it. I just didn't like he pointed his finger at me like, no, but I want to find out what you.
I think the fact is that, you know, and they're amazing kids at the end of the day, so supportive, and they've taught me so much. But in that dynamic, I wasn't in the household to be able to say, or for them to even ask me.
So there's different situations in terms of, because you raised them, but you wasn't always with them 24/7 because of the situations you had with the mums.
But they would come and stay with me.
Yeah.
And so, and you know, Rihanna might have a male friend that came to my yard, and they would stay outside, and wait for her or whatever.
Just sit here.
But which is cool.
Yeah.
Rihanna.
But then your son.
Yeah.
Brings a girl round, and she
didn't
says,
do that either.
But if he did, what would you do?
I treated them the same, so there wasn't any real difference in that sense. You get what I'm saying? I like the fact that, because one day, I'll just keep it real short. I went to go and see Kai at school one day.
Yeah.
And I seen him. I must have been about 250 yards away. Mm-hmm. And I seen him, and he's standing on the wall. You know when you do that, stand on the wall where your foot is on the wall and the other leg's on the floor or whatever, and he's just chilling, and all the mandem are around him, and he's talking to the mandem, and then girls are going, all I could hear was this, Cairo, all girls doing that, and he's not even paying attention to them, and he was just like, talking to them. And then I was thinking, my son is done. I was thinking, watch him, he's just
raising him right.
Yeah, he's not even paying attention. It's like he's rather just whatever. So anyway, I was like, "You right, son? Yeah, cool, dad." And it was like, he wasn't fazed by the fact that he was getting female attention at all. Right. I know Rihanna gets attention. She's striking. She's tall. She's busty. She's got big breasts, big bottom. You get what I'm saying? Right. One day we was walking down Church Road, and we was going to the shops, and she was like 15. And I hear beep, and I looked around and I was like, you did not do that. Yeah. You know, but she's 6 foot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When your kid is 6 foot tall, it's like people are not going to realise that she's a child.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I went through that for me. And I thought to myself, that was the realisation when I thought, you better shake this off quick, because otherwise you're just going to be trying to kill everybody. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was a moment where I was just like, oh shit, I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna have to work it out, because otherwise it's gonna be long. Let's
read some of the interactions we've had on the Facebook. Gemstone Melody said,
"Yep,
Gemma. Well, I ended up letting my daughter have her boyfriend over. He was a lovely boy. I knew his mum. They both were in uni working. So to be honest, friends were telling me horrific stories about them sneaking out, laying about where they were going, etc. I'd rather have them under my roof than than somebody else's. And I get that. See, these are situations where, again, parenting situations are different. The dynamics with you and the child are different. So we're definitely going to get variables with the way that you have a relationship with your child and the way you treat them. I honestly think girls are treated different to boys.
Because they can get pregnant.
Yeah, and boys, men tend to not look at, because because you're a man.
Yeah.
You kind of know what the pattern of your son is going to be like. One reason that I wanted a son so bad is because I wanted somebody to carry my name, but I wanted somebody to be able to relate to. Mm-hmm. Where I know that if I had a girl, not saying that I wouldn't have, but it's a different relationship with girls. I would have just got mugged off by a daughter. My daughter, she just looked at me and she would have mugged me right off, bruv. Like, yeah, dad. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm type Lauren. Lauren said, Isla has 3 boyfriends, but they're only one visitor in her bed. It's white, fluffy, and goes by the name of Ted. Chantel, the thought of my son having a girlfriend when he's older scares me. I've been even more scared if I had a daughter. But stay over there.
Yeah. Ah!
My nephew's 35. At a push, please, and thanks. That's my sister.
Yeah.
Stephanie Gray, 21. My son had a girlfriend over to stay. Now moved out. Never at 16. That's ridiculous, and defo not my daughter.
Cool.
So everyone's got different kind of views. Go on, read them.
I got some. So Mary Chris, good friend of mine, she says 16 is good. I do say you have to go through a few. What is it you do? I do have to go through a few to find who you truly like, and not to be a walkover. Hold on, what did she say here? I said, would you allow sleepovers? She said no, laughing face. Mm-hmm. So that means that obviously 16 years old isn't, well, for her son or her daughter to have a boyfriend or girlfriend is cool, but no stay over. Maria said that would be the age of consent, preferably older than 16, but depends on the maturity of the child. Sleepovers is still a no-no. Mm-hmm. Andrea said, I don't think most of us were emotionally mature enough to be having sex at 16. Most schools teach safe sex, etc., but we aren't prepared when the moment takes us there. We also need to be careful not to criminalize a natural thing by raising the age of consent to 18. Sleepovers, not at 16, no. Katie said, no sleepovers. Be open to talk to your child, so no age limit. Lacey's 22 and still no sleepovers. We've spoken about this, and when she's in a long committed relationship, I mean ring on finger or shared home, no sleepovers, etc. Blah 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 blah. But I knew she had a boyfriend when she was a teenager. Her friends dismayed at the she didn't write that well, so I ain't even gonna say that part. But what I did mention was, out of all of the comments, even including yours, I said, "Where's the dads?"
Yeah.
I said, "Where's the dads? Why ain't no dads?" Because we know a lot of guys, and we know that they have children. So why didn't they actually speak up about it? And I think what it is that a lot of men are afraid. I'm gonna put it here, afraid to talk about and be honest about their feelings when it comes to maybe not so much their sons, but definitely their daughters. I'm just gonna keep it 100 and say how I feel and what the experience was.
I think again we're gonna move on, but I do think that according to your situation with your child and the way that they're raised and their maturity levels and the environment they grow up with, it will vary with who they're dating. Like, you can look at your son and daughter and go, you're ready to date, or you can look at your son and daughter and say, no way, you're not even mature enough to bumper clot rare. Before you do that, go read your book. Don't know. No, but you know, but you're raising.
No, when you definitely.
Like, I will know, like, because I'm raising Shire a certain way, I'll know when he's ready to date. I'll know. Yeah. Because and I'm guessing that Shire's gonna be in he's gonna live under my roof for I don't want him to be under my roof as an adult, but I want him to be at least by 18. So that stage that fundamental stage, he's with me.
Golden age of
That fun, and then he can go out if he wants to go to college or he wants to travel the world or he wants to do things. He's going to do things and he's going to have experiences. And I'm not even going to have a say on it. But what I do think is it's important to just know who your children are. And I get that's where
that's the cost of it, isn't it? If you don't know your children, you're going to struggle, and they are going to be at a deficit as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's quickly move on because we've not got long left and we want to lick out a couple of things. Pause.